started. So just so you guys know, you are all muted, but I can see some of you, which is awesome. Yeah, I'll get to kind of see like what you're doing. If you have any questions, you can always message me later. You can type it in the chat. I'll be teaching this class every week at 1, so feel free to, on Instagram, on Facebook, you can always message me some requests if you have them. And yeah, thanks for joining me. So again, if you have a couple blocks, go ahead and grab those. And if you can hear me, just give me a thumbs up so I know. Yay, okay. Yeah, so just go ahead and start seated on your block or whatever you want to sit on. And just close your eyes once you're there. Start to get comfortable. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. Just feel the floor beneath you. And sometimes it can be helpful to take the fingertips onto the floor just to kind of ground, to feel that foundation beneath you. Take a slow breath in through your nose, slow breath out. Feeling gratitude for this moment to be able to practice in your own home. Noticing anywhere in the body that you might be holding onto tension, try to soften that. And whatever intention you want to focus on for your practice, go ahead and repeat that with each breath in and each breath out. It might be patience, it might be ridding yourself of anxiety, of discomfort, or maybe settling in discomfort. And again, take a deep breath in through your nose, exhale through your mouth. And start to roll the shoulders back, bring some movement to the upper body. You do one shoulder at a time. Imagine you were kind of rolling your shoulder blades into your back pockets. Although every time I say that reference, I realize that yoga pants don't usually have pockets, but. And then as you inhale, lift both arms, reaching up towards the ceiling. Exhale, right hand to the floor, left arm will reach over. Press down into the left knee. You can open and close the chest towards the ceiling, towards the floor. Feeling the waist, getting some movement. And then slowly come back up, other side, left hand to the floor. Right arm will reach over. Expansive breath here. Again, you can open and close your chest. And then slowly come back up, but this time take your hands to the floor behind you. Press the knees into the floor, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. If it feels okay, you can let your head go back. And then when you're ready, tuck your chin, slowly come up. And then again, inhale, lift the arms. This time we'll take a twist, right hand to left thigh, left hand behind you. Inhale as you lengthen the spine. Exhale as you twist. You can gaze over that back shoulder, draw the belly in, maybe twist a little bit more. Inhale, lift it back up to center. Exhale, left hand to right thigh, right hand behind you. Inhale, grow a little taller. Exhale as you twist, gazing over your back shoulder. Inhale, come back up, lift the arms. Relax the shoulders, keep the arms lifted, make a fist, circle the wrists around. Both directions. And then take your arms out to the sides, Open and close your hands as fast as you can. So starting to fire up the wrists and the forearms, like you were flicking water off your fingertips. Keep going. And then turn the palms up. Keep going as fast as you can. You start to feel some sensation in the wrist. That's the point. All right, shake it out. Go ahead and come off your block if you were sitting on one. Find your tabletop position, hands and knees. Start to move the hips side to side. Getting into some range of motion here. You can make some circles. Both directions with those circles. And then when it feels right for you, start to move through some cat-cows. Inhale, reach the chest forward, drop the belly. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. Moving through that posture, those two postures with your breath. And feel free to add any organic movement here that feels good. If that's circles, that maybe a child's pose in the middle, just letting your spine do its thing. And then when you're ready, tuck the toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Couple breaths here, bend the knees, shift the hips. And then as you inhale, shift the weight into that, into your plank. So shoulders over wrists, pull the belly button in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips back. Inhale, shift the hips forward. Find your plank. Belly pulls in. Exhale, downward facing dog. A few of these at your own pace. Warming up the shoulders. See how slow this movement can go. When you're ready, lower the knees, find your child's pose, hips to heels. Once in that child's pose, you can rock the hips side to side, maybe the forehead. And then slowly pull yourself forward, finding that tabletop position again. As you inhale, lift your right arm up towards the ceiling. So you're twisting open. As you exhale, thread the arm, tap your left shoulder. Inhale that right arm back up. Exhale, thread, tap the left shoulder. Inhale, lift. One more, thread, tap. Inhale, lift. All right, this time thread the arm, but you can keep that shoulder down, or you can put your head down and try to keep the arm and shoulder off the floor. You can play with a few things here. There's a balance if you want. So maybe try to lift your left knee and just see what happens. Maybe it extends. If the leg was lifted, lower it back down. Inhale the right arm back up. And then take the right hand to the floor. Do a few movements to release any of that. And then inhale the left arm up. As you exhale, thread, tap your right shoulder. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, thread and tap. Inhale, lift. One more, thread and tap. And lift. And then thread the arm, but this time you'll stay there. You can rest your head down. You can rest your shoulder down. If this is enough, stay here. If you want to play with a little bit of balance, you can play with lifting the right leg up. Find your breath here. Slowly lower the knee, if the leg, if it was lifted. Lift the left arm as you inhale. Lower the left hand down. Few movements here, maybe cat-cows. Downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back. And then inhale your right leg up. Bend your knee and then just make a circle with that right leg. So you're seeing how big of a circle you can make. Both directions. You can also do this with your leg straight, which is a little bit harder. And then bring your right knee towards your nose, step the foot forward, drop your back knee, come into a low lunge. Inhale, lift your arms. Relax your shoulders here. And then settle into that lunge, but then come out of it a little bit. So it's kind of a moving lunge, so sinking into it and then coming out of it. Both hands to the floor, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, and then straighten the front leg. This is where you can grab your blocks. You can put one on either side of your foot if you'd like. Try to keep your back flat. You can rock forward and back here. Maybe bend the back knee, so finding that pyramid pose. Settle the feet down evenly and then press into the right foot and pull the right hip back at the same time. So you might feel more of a sensation in the calf when you do that. You can stay here or you can add a revolve movement here. So right arm can lift. So revolved pyramid. Think about twisting from the waist. One more breath. Lower that right hand down. And then the back leg lifted to the sky, standing split, left leg to the sky. Think about squeezing the left glute. Can you think about getting your belly button closer to your knee instead of your nose? Left foot down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to stand, reach the arms up. Exhale, chair pose, sink the hips back, draw your belly in. Can you sink another inch lower? Keep breathing. Hands to the floor, forward fold. Halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, make your way to plank. Draw the belly in. Knees can be up or down, you choose. As you exhale, bend the elbows halfway. Inhale, push up. Exhale, halfway. Inhale, lift. One more, halfway, hold for a breath. And then all the way to the floor. Inhale, lift to a low cobra. So just a few inches up here. Roll the shoulders back, pull your hands towards your feet. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, rolling shoulders back, squeeze the elbows in. And lower. One more. Lift up. This time, can you lift your hands? Keep squeezing shoulder blades together. And then lower. Downward facing dog. Exhale when you get there. Walk it out. And then inhale your left leg up. Bend the knee. You can circle that leg around. Both directions with those circles. Option to do this while the leg is straight, which is a little bit more challenging. And then bring your knee towards your nose, step the foot forward, lower the back knee, lift your arms, low lunge. Settle shoulders. And then sink into that lunge, but then come out of it. So adding a little bit of movement here. Feeling the glutes and the inner thighs engage. And then both hands down, back knee will lift. You can shorten this stance a little bit, straighten both legs, find your pyramid pose. Option for those blocks here. Flatten your back, you can wiggle hips, maybe bend the back knee. So I like to kind of add a movement here. So you can bend the back knee, kind of rocking into your front and back leg. Try to keep your back flat. And then settle the weight in both feet. Press into the left big toe and pull the left hip back at the same time. Option to revolve this here. Keep the right hand down, left arm can reach up. Expansive breath. Lower that left hand down, back leg to the sky, standing split. Keep the hips square, right hip towards the floor. One more breath. Right foot down. Halfway lift, flatten the back, inhale. Exhale, fold. Sink the hips, lift the arms, chair pose. So I don't know about you guys, but I've been doing a whole lot of chair pose, not just like, you know, the yoga posture, but like sitting in chairs. So sink a little bit deeper, deep breath in. Exhale, fold, hands to the floor. Halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, fold, make your way to plank. Again, knees can be up or down. Exhale, chaturanga, but maybe hold it for a breath. Upward facing dog or cobra, you choose. You can look over one shoulder, then the other shoulder. Lift the hips, downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip, look underneath that right arm. No, left arm, just kidding. And then as you exhale, knee to right elbow, squeeze it in. Inhale, lift it up. Knee to left elbow, underneath, squeeze it in. Inhale, lift. One more, knee to right elbow, hold here. Maybe straighten that right leg. Back to three-legged dog, deep breath in. Exhale, knee to nose, slowly step it forward. Inhale, the arms up, crescent lunge. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, back knee lowers halfway. Inhale, lift. Exhale, halfway. Inhale, lift. One more halfway, squeeze elbows in. Reach that back knee forward. Inhale, lift, and then warrior two, rotate the back foot. Squeeze inner thighs together. Reverse the arms. Keep the front knee the same. Windmill the left hand to the floor, right arm to the sky, revolve lunge. Try to revolve this more from the sternum. Keep that twist and then lift that left hand. So the arms are kind of extended out, but you're still in that twist. Deep breath in. Exhale. Square the chest to the front, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to the floor, make your way to plank. You can take your vinyasa or skip it. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Exhale when you're there. Inhale, left leg up. Bend the knee, open the hip, look for that foot underneath the right arm. And then as you exhale, knee to left elbow. Squeeze it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale to right elbow, squeeze it in underneath. Inhale, lift. One more. Knee to left elbow, hold or straighten the leg. Back to three-legged dog. Then knee to nose, step it forward. Crescent lunge, lift the arms. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, back knee drops halfway, squeeze elbows in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, halfway. Inhale, lift. One more halfway, squeeze elbows in, reach that right knee forward. And lift, then rotate, warrior two. So that front knee stays the same, the back foot is rotated down. Fingertips are reaching away from each other. Reverse the arms. Windmill the right hand to the floor, left arm to the sky. Revolve lunge. Strong through the legs. Can you lift that right arm but keep the twist? Try to turn from the waist. One more breath. Square the hips and chest forward, crescent lunge. Hands to the floor, find your plank. Again, you can take your vinyasa or skip it. This is your practice. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Exhale when you get there. Lower knees, make your way to a child's pose, hips to heels. Take a few moments there. Check in with your breath. You need water, take that. When you're ready, find your downward facing dog again. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip. Option to flip your dog here if that's in your practice. And then take your right knee towards your right elbow. Maybe straighten the leg. Maybe take an arm balance if you know it. Back to three-legged dog, lift the right leg. Exhale, knee to nose, step it forward. Crescent lunge, inhale, lift arms. Settle shoulders. All right, hands at your heart. Turn towards the right leg. So think about twisting from the waist. Maybe take the left elbow around that right thigh. And then push the elbow into the thigh to twist. Maybe look up. Find your breath. Reverse, warrior two. Pass through warrior two. Gaze a foot in front of your right hand. Lean into that right foot for Ardha Chandrasana. Here's where you can use your block if you need it. So try to think about keeping the belly pulled in for that stability. Left hand to the floor, square the hips. Standing split, keep the leg lifted. And then with that left leg, can you pulse it towards the ceiling? Feel that glute activate. Left foot down, forward fold. Halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to stand, reach the arms up. Hands at your heart, take a breath. Feel your feet beneath you. Inhale, lift arms. Exhale, fold down. Halfway lift, flatten the back. Exhale, fold, step or hop to plank. Again, you can take your chaturanga or you can skip it. Downward facing dog. Exhale once you're there. Inhale, left leg up. Bend the knee, open the hip. Again, option to flip here. And then left knee to left elbow. You can stay here or you can take that arm balance if you know it. Three-legged dog. Lift that left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it forward. Crescent lunge, arms lift. Settle shoulders. Hands at your heart. Twist towards that left leg. And then you can take that hook, elbow, right elbow to left outer thigh. So use the elbow to push the chest up. Maybe look up. And then rotate back foot, warrior two. And reverse. Windmill the hands to the floor. Back leg to the sky, standing split. Nope, just kidding. Half moon. All right, again, you can grab your block if you need to. So we're on the left foot here. So the right hip is opening up, belly is drawing in. Find your breath, one more. Both hands down, square the hips. Right leg stays lifted, standing split. Pulse that right leg up. Feel the glute activate. Both feet down, forward fold. Halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to stand, reach arms up. Hands at your heart, catch your breath. Lift the toes, lower them from the pinky toe all the way to the big toe. Inhale, lift arms. Exhale, fold back down. Halfway lift, flatten the back, reach the chest forward. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, again, step or float back. Find your plank. You can go through a chaturanga or you can skip it. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Exhale when you get there. Lower knees, find your child's pose, hips to heels. All right. Go ahead and come forward. Tuck your toes again, downward facing dog. Shift into plank. And then rotate onto the outer left foot, finding your side plank. Right arm will lift. Option to drop your left knee if you want. Maybe play with lifting your right leg. And then lower the right forearm. Rotate open again, but this time the left arm is reaching up. You're on your right forearm here. 2 breaths here. And then lower the left forearm down. Start to walk your toes towards your face for a dolphin. Try to get your chest as close to your thighs as you can. And then find downward facing dog again. Shift into that plank. Rotate that left arm up, finding side plank on this side. Again, right knee can always drop. Maybe left foot lifts. And then lower left forearm down. Right arm will lift. Side plank on this side on forearm. Breathe. And then right forearm will also meet the floor. Dolphin pose. All right. Now look at the space between your thumbs. Put your nose there. And then lift back up. Put your nose to that space. And then lift back up. One more. Good. Lower the knees. Find your child's pose, hips to heels. You can make a fist if you want to circle the wrists around. Walk your hands over to the right, finding kind of a side bend stretch. And then walk your hands to the left. And then walk your hands to center. All right, pull yourself forward back into that tabletop position. Extend your right leg back. Draw the belly in. And then open that right arm up. So it's kind of like a half moon, but different. If that's going well, maybe bend that right knee and reach for the ankle for a bind. Keep breathing. Release the bind. Extend the right leg again. Slow moving here. Bring your right knee towards your chest. Slowly step it forward. Inhale the arms up, low lunge. Hands at your heart. Twist towards that right thigh. You can hook the elbow again. Now this time you might open your wings, so you might extend the left arm down, right arm up, if that feels okay on your shoulder. Keep pressing the left arm into the right thigh. Option to lift that back knee. And you can always take your hands back at your heart if you want. One more breath. Rotate your back foot, warrior two. Reverse the arms. Come back into warrior two. Shift into the front foot, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Breathe. And then square your hips, standing split, left leg stays lifted. Pulse. Pulse that left leg as high as you can. If you have enough room, you can play with some handstand switch kicks here. I know some of us are limited on space, so you can play with that if you want to. Both feet down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Come to stand, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold back down. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step or hop to plank. Chaturanga or skip it, downward facing dog. Exhale. Lower knees. Find that tabletop. Left leg back, pull the belly in. Rotate the left hip, lift the left arm. Version of gate pose here. Option for that bind, you can bend the left knee, grab hold of the ankle. Find your breath. Then straighten the left leg. Bring your left knee towards your chest. Step that foot forward as slowly as you can. Left arms lift. Hands at your heart. Twist towards the left knee. You can hook that right elbow to the outside. Option to open your wings. Right arm down, left arm up. Maybe the back knee lifts. And then reverse, passing through warrior two. Come back through your warrior two into that half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Find your breath. Right hand down, square the hips, standing split. Again, you can pulse that right leg as high as it'll go. Or you can play with some kick switches. Eventually, right foot will come down, forward fold. Couple breaths here. You can grab elbows if you want to, maybe sway. All right, hands down. Widen your feet, maybe off the mat here. Bend into a squat. So you're coming into Malasana. So hands can come to your heart. If you have blocks, you can always sit on those. Inhale, come up to stand, lift the arms. Exhale, sink. Inhale, come to stand. Exhale as you sink. One more. Exhale, sink. Now, you can stay here if you want to play with a little bit of crow. You can start to have your hands on the floor. I personally tend to like to find my crow pose from a wide forward fold. So if you know it, you can kind of go into it however you want. But if you're kind of comfortable with crow, keep your hips high, place your hands down. Just try to get your elbow or your knees into your armpit crease. If you have pillows, you can always put them underneath your face or your head. We're going to finish back in that squat. And then back into that wide-legged fold, both hips up. Again, widen the feet. If you want to turn so that your feet are on your mat, you're welcome to do that as well. And then walk your hands as far out as they'll go, but all your weight is still in your hands. I'm sorry, it's still in your feet. So you're kind of finding like a down dog in the upper body. It's a nice shoulder opener. You can move the hips side to side, maybe bend one knee and then the other. If you want more of a leg opening, you can walk your hands through the legs. All right, then take your hands back underneath your face. Left hand underneath the face, right arm will twist open. And then right hand down, left arm will reach open. Now, the left hand, you're going to thread it under, grab hold of your right ankle with your left hand, pull, and then right arm will twist open again. Find your breath. And then again, thread the arm, grab a hold of your left ankle, reach the right arm up as you pull with that right hand. Left arm is lifting. Both hands down. Couple breaths here, wiggle it out. All right, walk your hands to the front of your mat. Lower your back knee. Coming into your lizard lunge. We'll be here for a few breaths, so you can wiggle into this. If you have blocks and you want to use those, you're welcome to. You can come onto your forearms. All right, and then if you're lower, come onto your hands again. Heel toe the left foot to the right side of your mat, finding a half pigeon. So it doesn't matter to me if your front leg is squared or not. Just make sure that the hips are squared with the mat. Maybe your hands lift. Maybe you're able to lift your back knee by tucking your back toe. Find some strength through the hips. And then lower, if you want to fold over that front leg, you're welcome to. All right, and then come back onto your hands. Then bend your back knee and try to reach your heel to your glute. Flex the toes towards the floor, and then pulse. So you'll feel the glutes and the hamstrings kind of activate, and you might feel your quad stretching. You can keep that going. If you want a little bit more, reach for the ankle or the foot. I use the same leg, but you can decide which one you want to grab, which hand you want to use. If you have that bind, you can kind of stay upright. You can also fold, try to get your shoulder towards the floor. So it's a bit more of a quad opener. If you have the bind, release it slowly. Roll onto your left hip. The right leg, swing it over the left. So we're coming into a seated twist. And then you can twist towards that right leg. Right hand can be behind you. Push into the right hand as you pull with the left. Maybe just gazing over your back shoulder. Come back to center. All right, right leg, swing it back. Plant your hands, downward facing dog, exhale. Walk it out. Lift the left leg up. Step that foot forward. Lower the back knee. Inhale, lift your arms. Relax your shoulders. And then come into lizard lunge on this side. Wiggle side to side. I think I said right or it said left. So make sure you're on the second side because I just realized that I wasn't. So you should be on the second side for your lizard lunge. Again, you can go deeper if you want to, maybe onto your forearms. All right, and then come back onto your hands. Heel toe the right foot to the left side of your mat, finding that half pigeon on this side. Both hips are square to the front. Maybe try to lift your hands. Maybe try to lift the back knee by tucking your back toe. Fold when you're ready for it. Start to slow the breath down. All right, come back onto your hands. And then flex that back leg. Heels are, the foot is flexed, so toes are reaching to the floor. Pulse that back foot like you're trying to reach for your glutes. And again, you can just keep that pulse going, or you can reach for the ankle with whatever hand you choose. If you have the bind, you might fold towards the floor again to get a bit deeper in the quad. Try to soften your body here. Without flinging, release that bind if you had it. Roll onto your right hip. Take your left leg across the front of the right foot, right leg. Seated twist on this side. Sit up nice and tall. You can twist towards that left leg. Left arm behind you. Draw the belly in as you twist. Keep breathing. Slowly come back to center. Swing your left leg back. Make your way to downward facing dog. Again, walk it out. Just notice any differences in your hips. All right, and then we're heading onto the floor. So if you want to step or hop or float your feet between your hands, you can do that. You can just step it forward and have a seat. And then bring your knees into your chest as you roll onto your back. Rock side to side. Make some circles here. Keep your right knee into your chest. Extend the left leg long. And circle that right leg around. Both directions with those circles. Take your right knee over to the right. Try to keep that left hip rotating down at the same time. Come back to center. Take the right knee over to the left for a twist. Slowly come back to center. Straighten the right leg up. You can interlace your fingers around your right thigh. And then bend your knee and straighten it. And every time you straighten the leg, press your thigh into your hands. From here, you can play with walking your hands up towards the foot without, try not to bend your knee though. Keep pressing your leg into your hands. You might eventually be able to grab your foot. And maybe that's not today, who cares? If you have a towel close by, you're welcome to use that. All right. Walk your hands back down your leg. Bend the knee, straighten it down the mat. Other side. Left knee in. Circle that left leg around. Take the left leg over to the left. Try to keep that right hip down on the floor. And then take a twist. Take the knee across the body. And come back to center. Straighten that leg up to the ceiling. Press the thigh into your hands, flex the toes. Again, bend the knee and straighten. Each time you straighten, you're pressing your leg into your hands. And then you can kind of work your hands up towards the foot, but try not to bend the knee. Maybe eventually grab hold of the toe. All right, and then go ahead and release that leg down. This time, both knees back into your chest. Rock side to side. You can take the knees wide, finding a frog pose. You can rock side to side. Maybe take a happy baby here briefly. And then start to make your way into your Shavasana, whatever that looks like for you. If you want a heart opener, you can use those blocks underneath your shoulders. Maybe take a restorative bridge. Once you've found that place you want to rest in, notice your breath. Soften your body. Notice any tension that might still be lingering. Can you use your breath to let it go? Maybe come back to your intention that you decided to dedicate your practice to at the beginning. If you're laying on your back, maybe you can take your hands onto your belly, letting yourself tune into the rhythm of your breath. Reminding yourself that you're alive, that you're here, and that in this moment, everything is okay. Begin to deepen your breath, adding slightly more movement as you breathe. Maybe first in the belly, then maybe in other parts, fingers, toes, wrists, ankles. If you're laying on your back still, you might reach the arms overhead. Maybe move the head side to side. Eventually roll to one side, finding the fetal position. And in that place, just feel this sense of gratitude that you've been able to practice in your home, practice this movement. Your body is able to move. Reminding yourself how resilient you are, how resilient humans are. We're meant to adapt and grow. And then find a seated posture on your mat. And once there, bring your hands at your heart, feeling that sense of gratitude there between the palms at your heart center. And take an inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Yoga means to yoke or a union of breath with body, mind, and spirit. How beautiful that we're able to find that union with each other as well, even from a distance. The light in me honors and sees that light in each one of you. Namaste. Thank you guys. So grateful that you joined me today. Yeah. So I'll be here every week at 1 p.m. If you have requests, again, feel free to send them to me and I'll try to include them in the practice. Yeah, thanks for bearing with us as we work through all these new ways of teaching. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you guys.